In this video, we take a deep dive into Brooklyn's most notorious beach, the beach at Dead Horse Bay. And my summer project is done. I have organized all of my treasure from about 15 years of metal detecting into one closet. We're finally getting some traction. Help me get to 100,000 subscribers if you like this video. Thank you. When I do research, I'm a very visual person. Let's use Subterrix.com to take a dive into Dead Horse Bay. So what you need to do is go to Tools and then Explorer from Subterrix.com. And what you're going to look for is Floyd Bennett Field. That was New York City's first large airport. It has since been replaced by JFK. You're going to need to give it a minute, and you're going to need to use your computer for this. Our app will be out by the end of the year. So the first thing we're going to do is look at a historical topo. There's a thing up in here in the corner, and you're going to click on this. Kind of looks like a hamburger. And you're going to switch over historical topo. And now, let's zoom in here. This is 1889. And the island is called Barren Island. And that is where Dead Horse Bay is. But let's zoom in on this a little bit. And let's see. Yeah, Dead Horse Bay. That is the body of water over here. And it was kind of secluded from the rest of New York. Now, this road here actually didn't exist. Now, look at this. It's an overlay, and you could totally get rid of it. So you see that? Now we're moving this bottom slider to C. No road then. It was only boats. And Barren Island, you see the docks over here on this side. And you could also choose a different date. Like let's go to 1891. And you could kind of see how it got built up. Now you're seeing actual houses on the island. And it's keeping the same coastline until, look at this, 1947, this is starting to get built up. And here is Floyd Bennett Field. It was not here in 1900. 1947 it is. And this is when there were big changes that happened to Dead Horse Bay. This was the era of dumping. It became a garbage dump. Now let's take a look at this in a different lens. I'm going to turn off the historical topo and turn on the historic aerials. Now over here on the side, we have choices. We have a 1924 overlay, 1951 overlay, and a bunch of photos, 1983 overlay. Let's actually go to the 1924 overlay. As of this second, the historical aerials in the Explorer tool of Subterrix, we have it in about 12 states. By the end of 2026, we're going to have this across the nation. And here, you have a slider here, present day versus 1924. Now this 1924 image is very interesting to me. So here's a spot on the island. And let's compare it to today. (1924) today. And you could zoom out. In 1924, this was just like salty marsh. And you could see that there was a settlement that happened over in here. But most of the dumping that happened, a city of 8 million people dumped their garbage for about a decade. 1940s to 1950s, right after this. So let's compare that to a my eyes are bad, 1951 overlay. And you could see a structure that is very similar to today. But Dead Horse Bay was more like a bay. Look at this area in here. So this proves that there used to be a peninsula out here in the 1950s. But the majority of the dumping was done in here. And you have the airport right here. I see some serious erosion going on here, and that is a good sign. You want the beach to be eroded down, and seeing all of this black sand is really it's gonna help us today. This place gets reset by movement like this, and you know, wave turbulence causes this. These are usually calm waters, but that doesn't mean that objects don't move. And it's like a gold pan. The lowest stuff, the heaviest stuff goes low, but you also have to get to an accessible point in the beach. I have a feeling on a day like today, unless if the other side is not like this, day like today, there also could be stuff on the top. So we're gonna look and see what we can find. Yeah, there are days that all of this is sandy, and you're seeing the light stuff. So as I see it, it's not an extreme event, but it is a significant one that this was heavier. The blonde sand was washed away. Oh, I like what I see already. Yep, I think this is going to be a good day. Let's get to work. Yeah, first step is visual. Let's do a visual scan first. Look around, and then we could do some digging. Yep, right here, right at the surface, we got a penny. That's what I like to see. This is a wheat penny, older one. I see something else down here. Nope, that's gonna be nothing. This part is sanded a little bit in here. This is where I really have hope. I see a lot less sand, so we're gonna look really carefully up in here. I'm gonna do some digging, like I said. Second penny, I'm not gonna take this, but you know, there's objects like this around the surface. It's a little bit less than I thought it would be, but still, you know, the low areas, there's a lot of prominent low areas here, and that's good. First really cool find of the day, we got this jewel here. Let's get a close-up of that. Welcome to the closet. I had to move something to get here. This is where I keep the glass stuff. Yeah, man. So this is a close-up of the jewel. Let me help you. Yeah, cool little jewel. And that'll go in here. Go and join your friends. All right, we got a third wheat penny. All right, we're going to take care of this all at once. These are the wheat pennies from like 2 trips to Dead Horse Bay, including this shot one. This is an amazing shot. I made a short on my Instagram and Facebook for this. Let me show you where this goes. The shot one I'll keep separate. It's going to go in one of these cases up here or down here, which I'll give you a tour of. Now, the rest of them, this is the haul of wheat, okay? These are the wheat cents that I found in 15 years of metal detecting and mudlarking. Go and join your friends. Same spot. I got whatever the heck this is. This is kind of interesting. To my surprise, this tested as a piece of silver. And has been unlocked. Now, I'm not going to lie. We've got silver like scattered around. We got rings, stuff in various things. You know, stuff that just looks cool in frames. But we have coin silver in this case, miscellaneous silver here and here. This is where I keep coppers and such. I guess we will keep this in here. Go and join your friends. This one happened on an earlier trip, and it's been sitting there for perhaps 100 years. Piece of silver and a...
That's a nice silver pen.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't know. It's got... I don't know. It could be the other one. What's the one?
Yeah, I think it's silver. We'll have to clean it up. I also got this. Cool. The pin was one of my favorite finds of 2026. I want to have this professionally restored and put the diamonds back into this. This could be spectacular. I'll show you the other side really quickly. This, I don't know what it is. It looks like it's part of a necklace. It's got 3 holes Pretty cool. Just a thought, a lot of people would call this hoarding. I call it installation art. Merrill, do you need help with your hoarding? Yeah, I wish people would help me with my hoarding. Help me find more. We're putting art, we're putting shadow boxes together. This is going to be, I guess, like in this box. Oh, look at you. You look really good right there with your friend. Go and join your friends. The more I walk down the beach, the less opportunity that I am seeing. I'm seeing it more sanded. All of the stuff on the surface is light, and the sand at the wall is high. So I think we're gonna turn back and go to that low section. There is a low section, and this looks like it's one of them, but I could feel from walking that you have layers of sand underneath here. Have I tried metal detecting here? Yes, I actually have videos if you go back on my channel that I did. It is possible. But you know what? You find a lot of junk, and you know, anything that you pull, it could be junk. So you go by eye. It's actually more efficient because of the scale of what is there. Yeah, I'm satisfied. I walked down the beach, and yeah, sandy on the other end. Let's get to work. Right over here. Beach metal detecting, you look for low spots also. Oh, this is a nice one. We are on the marble. I get other marbles in this video, but you know, this was a special one. Here's why. Oh, look at that. Let's look at all of this, you know, all the stuff in here under UV light. Now, let's take a look at this under UV light. How cool is that? These are the other additions that you'll see later on. None of these glowed under the black light. Go and join your friends. So this, I think, was part of a pen, and I'm going to guess that this is a piece of silver. We'll clean it up. We will see. Oh, it says sterling. Yep, it's a pin. This is the front of it. Yeah, man. Go join friends. I think we got some silver. I think we got a silver coin. The tradition is silver unlocks Haagen-Dazs. I'm just going easy on that in this video. We do some sort. We're going to have to clean this up, but pretty sure we got our first silver coin of the day. It is a Mercury dime, partially cleaned up. Yep, and for silver coins, it's going to go over here. Go join your friends. Friendly reminder, if you're enjoying this content, help me get to 100K, hit that subscribe button. Thank you. It's important to note on sanded days, more digging is required. And again, you're picking the low spots to do that. That would be my suggestion. I got a chunk of metal that's actually really heavy. That's really heavy. We will test it when I get home. I'm hopeful on this one. Now, in the past, I have found golden. Let me give you a close-up of this one. This one actually has an engraving on it. These are teeth, okay? In the past, I have found stuff that has turned out to be precious metals. If you notice, with all of this stuff, none of it is magnetic, but the one that I just found, bummer. In this case, his friends are elsewhere. We're going to send it to his friends. This looks interesting. What do we have here? This looks like a wheel. I like stuff like this. Could be a pendant, could be a part of a toy car. That is really, really cool. Now, I've got some like antique Matchbox cars like right here, but I have another thing that's smaller, and it's got some of these like wheels in there and car logos. Got the car keys elsewhere. Well, there you go. Go and join your friends. Right here, I think this is our second silver of the day. This is going to be a coin, and not sure what it is. Yeah, it was definitely more than two. It was another Mercury dime. I'm going to put it over here and keep going with this video. Go, go, go. I also recently found this that turned out to be silver. This is going to be silver. It sure is. It's a pin that is missing its front. Perfect for junk silver. Go, go, go.
You know, I was gonna say, are you Merrill?
I'm Merrill. How are you?
I'm Chris. Jersey
Hi, Chris.
Shore Beachcomber.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Hey.
Hey.
I mean, I see a lot of stuff.
Aw.
I hear about you from Adele.
Oh, she screams at me, so.
Oh, look at that. See, if you wouldn't have come down here, you wouldn't have found that.
Hi, Adele.
I have them.
What's up, boss lady? How are you?
Good. I found this. Is this gold?
Yeah, I've never met you
You finding
before
gold
either,
again?
I don't think.
Hi, nice to
I'm
meet you.
Jody.
Hi, Jody. Merrill,
They
nice to
come
meet
all
you.
the time. What's this?
Oh, I'm gonna get out my camera.
That's not gold.
What is it?
This is lead.
You sure it's lead?
Yeah.
Looks like gold to me.
Is it a piece of jewelry?
Got a little sign on it.
Does have a sign on it,
Like the,
but that's not gonna be gold.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think it's a maybe, kiddo.
Merrill, can you take a picture of the gals?
Sure can.
Maybe
Yep.
It's
several.
got a freaking
Yep.
camera on.
All
Yep.
right, come on.
Are you gonna
Yep.
lose your digger, you nincompoop?
Of course I am. That's all part of the process.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Get in the group.
Oh yeah, let me stand next to Chris.
I'm just getting in the back. I'm like a giant.
Hey, Meta, stop recording.
Oh wait, glasses off, hold on.
Adele's my homegirl. We have a long history mudlarking at Dead Horse Bay. I recommend you look back on some of the old videos. I will link to them up here. Actually, you're right. It's not a ring.
Wait.
Yeah,
You better dig a little deeper.
she's yelling at me already.
That's right, because you're a nincompoop.
Ah, you're a nincompoop. You taught me everything I know, so that means you're the
Dig it.
nincompoop.
You gotta go deeper. It's so great.
This is clay.
It stays in the grate.
Okay, look at you swooping in. So you're here, and you're swooping in as I dig. Look at you. Oh, is that another piece of gold?
No, the thing to wedge up your butthole.
Thanks, lady. You just affected the audience that video is getting pushed out to. Oh, lovely.
You have stupid questions, I'm gonna answer them.
Stay classy. All right. I'm gonna look here because he dug here.
You cry like a little baby.
I do. You make me cry.
I hate when you whine.
All right, Adele. All right. All right, Adele. All right, Adele. Oh, Lord. Oh, snap, Adele.
What's your point?
This would be number 3 for the day.
What's that?
Another piece of silver.
That's a dime?
Yeah, it's a
All
dime.
right, I got two things stuck together. Keep going, Merrill.
You mean you're not impressed?
No, I'm not. You're digging up. Look at it.
Hmm.
Should have found something.
I'll try harder, Adele. Ironically, she didn't find anything yet. Mm-hmm. All right, that's our 3rd silver dime of the day, just saying. This is going to be another Mercury dime. But, Adele, I challenge you to a contest of the hoarding collections. Let's see yours, Adele. I won. I know that color. I know that color. Look at that. This is a tiny, tiny, tiny piece of gold right here.
Sushi. Has been unlocked.
Even at today's prices, I don't know if this was worth an unlock, but this tested 14K. It's a little chain. It's tiny. I didn't weigh it. You know, we got gold kind of spread around here. This is where we keep the loose pieces. Go and join your friends. This could be a pocket watch winder. I do believe that's what it is. And that would go in here. You can see I've got other ones. Watch winders. I think we found a piece of silver here. Just to keep this moving, we got 2 more pieces of silver right here. Little junk silver. Go, go, go. So just remember, I'm combining 2 trips in this video, and on this given day, it was a quiet beach. A square piece of glass. That is pretty darn cool. I don't know if there's a broken coin or something. I've been digging for like 10 minutes. I hit a dry spell. We got off to a good start here. I mean, you get 3 silver coins. That's not a bad day. But the last 10-15 minutes have been slim pickings. It's not because my friend is finding, though. Not because of Adele. Nah. Old head of a thermometer. Sometimes these are made of precious metals. Yeah, and that's it here. Let's keep looking. I do like hunting in the areas where the water is going down, because you can see roundness. Is that? Nope. Yeah, it's just, you could see the silhouettes of circles better than, you know, if it wasn't being moved by the water. This I'm gonna hold on to. This is probably gonna be copper, though. There's been exactly 1 patch of mud that has been working for me today, and it's this one. And I'm trying to declump it and get rid of some of the bigger stuff, because I'm looking for coins, I'm looking for jewelry, stuff that I've found here before, and today it's a bit scarce despite the beach erosion. Same spot. Do you know who dropped this? Chet dropped this. Chet had a bad day. Dropped his silver pin. Go join your friends, Chet. Got new friends. The videos you're seeing in this section were all short format. Hey, listen, if you're a video creator nowadays, you need to do that. So one day I did shorts. I'm turning it into long format. This is a ring. Yeah, as you could see, this used to be a ring. It lost most of its stuff. And yeah, this is pitted copper. Might have been plated at one point, but you know what? Go and join your friends. You're going to be loved here and appreciated. You're going to stay right there. This one is a pendant. Most of these were done in short form again, and they're shorts on my various social media. Nice little piece here. This is going to be copper. And here is the back. We'll stick it in one of these just to give you quick tour of each of these. We got bracelets over here, some of them very classic. Dead Horse Bay stuff over here. Well, some metal detecting. And this is some of the jewelry of Dead Horse Bay. Yeah, I got excited for a second, but this is not a coin. Thought if it was on the coin again. All right, this is cool. This is a part, you can see the hoop here. Part of old jewelry, or maybe even like a toy skeleton key. This is a really cool find. I like this one. This is actually some of my favorite stuff to find, and here is some more that we're gonna make space for. Not gonna keep this, but this is a piece of somebody's glasses, the lens from somebody's glasses from a long time ago. And what is this? No, not a coin. Okay. What'd you get, boss lady? Yeah, you'd think a day like this with the storm coming through last night, you'd think it would be better.
But it's over there. That's where the mud is.
Yeah. Well, if the mud is over there, it's off the beach. We still got mud.
Yeah, but there's a lot there. There's a lot. You don't forget.
What is mud? What is mud? I'm asking you a question.
The next level, that's where marbles are, bottles, everything. It's all
Marble.
getting dragged down. Don't you see? Remember all the garbage that was up there?
She's avoiding the question.
It's all dragged down in there.
What's mud spelled backwards?
Good.
Huh?
Oh, good.
No. What's mud spelled backwards?
Go. I know. You're an idiot.
The group that I took a picture for is heading out now. I just saw them heading out, and the tides are coming back in. This was a lousy low tide, so really it's game time right now. Let's see if we could pull off a miracle. You know, the funny thing is, when the tide is working its way out, it's clear water, and when it's working its way back in, it is that murky water that you really can't see too much. I've always noticed that. I didn't expect that, but for all her trash talking, Adele seems to have left. I guess she got frustrated with the beach today. Aha! There we go. I do believe this to be a pendant. Yep, I see a figure right there. Yeah, these two were in recent Instagram videos. One is religious, that's the one I just found. This one is from the World's Fair. This one on the back, it says, "My First Communion." Aha! Finally, back on the coin. This was the surface. I did not need to dig, but you know what? I'm gonna dig around here. Let's see what we could get. Found something that might be silver. I think this is old jewelry here. Yeah, these were 2 links and a watch band. We're gonna toss them in there. Yeah, I think I misread the beach. It's not as low as I thought it was. Sometimes when the light stuff piles on, like over here, it looks like a low beach, but it fooled me today. This was from a fuse. Still, I think we had a pretty decent day. Any day you get multiple silvers, that's a good day. Like that pendant. What will always interest me is the shifting landscape of this beach. For instance, when I first started here, you could barely see these rocks, and they've become really prominent over the past few years. This was all a dune of sand in here, and anytime that you enter the beach, you're like, oh, it's low. And that's what happened to me today. But you know, you come back in a few years, I'm sure you'll see the high rocks, but I don't know if you're going to see this walkway. You know, this was a lousy tide, and still this is up, so this place is always in motion, but that's what helps you find the treasure. We're going to go back for one final check. Let's look around. Aha! Here's a nice marble. Adele, you missed this. Ah, pretty cool old key right here. Ah, another marble. So the last object that I will highlight is this tag that I found, and I didn't know what it was made of at the time, but this is something that you put on your keychain so that if you lose your keys, it gets sent back to you. Almost like an air tag, but long before air tags. It's a pretty cool piece of history right there. So here is that tag, and it's one of my favorite finds for the prompt return of these keys. If lost, reward drop in my letterbox. And here, this was an address in New Rochelle, New York, which is where my grandpa grew up. So this, you know, it has a nostalgic value to me, and it's just really cool. You don't see stuff like that nowadays. So listen carefully. You have a call to action here. I'm going to put the links in the pinned comment and also in the video description. Please follow me on various other platforms. I'm still going to be uploading to YouTube. Of course I am. But, you know, I would really appreciate it if you followed me on the other platforms too. Links will be in the pinned comment and also in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.